Okay, so today we're going to build a restaurant landing page. I don't know how far I'm going to get today with all of these projects, but I'm planning to do 10 HTML, CSS specific projects. So we're going to start our timer. And the first project is a restaurant landing page. All we're focusing on is the HTML and the CSS. Okay, got our index.html. And then, what is it? Style, CSS. Okay. So the first thing on our list is a header with restaurant name and logo. Okay, so let us get my notes out. Guess it would be under elements, HTML elements. My learning is I do everything on Code Academy. Move that out the way. But that's what I'm going to use as my reference, along with a little bit of Claude, just to get a feel for that. But the main goal really is to, see, I'm yapping, I'm not even doing anything yet. But the main thing is to get a better understanding of doing it myself and understanding how the system works, how to problem solve on my own, and having AI as the assistant rather than the driver. So that's the goal. But like I said, the first thing we need to work on is getting a header with the restaurant name and logo. Okay, I'm going to start that back up. I know there's a way to get like boilerplate code. What is that? Create a new file and save it with the HTML extension. Type exclamation and then press tab or enter. Okay. Boom. Okay. Then there's another way to get a live preview. So I have it on. How do I turn it on? Live preview, show preview. Oh, but I have to right click. Okay. So thank you. I want a live preview though, not okay. All right, we're not gonna trip on that. So we have our boilerplate. Let's test it. Hi. If it does work, I think it is. Is it live? Am I tripping? Yeah. Okay, it is live. That's nice. Okay, so we have our boilerplate. We need to create a header with restaurant name and logo. So it would be in here. No, this is like the title of the website. Let's just name it restaurant. Please reopen the preview. What are you talking about? Oh, because I'm naming it something else. Is that it? Okay, let me turn that off and then we'll come back to it. Show preview. Okay. So we just titled it restaurant site. Now within the header, let's name the restaurant Papa's Pizza. No affiliation with anything else, name Papa or with pizza. Okay, so Papa's Pizza with restaurant name and logo. Let us. I just want a picture of a pizza. Pizza. Actually, do they have a? Nah, I'm not gonna overthink it. Okay. So Papa's Pizza, and then how to put images in HTML VS Code. Okay, so we actually gotta like save it to a file. Okay, place the image file you want to use in a suitable location within your project folder. A common practice is to create a dedicated images folder. Okay, let me get back into that. So I'm gonna do this on my other screen. Actually, you know what? I might have a. Just to save some time. Screenshots. Okay, I have a picture of Leonardo da Vinci. So how do I place the image file you want to use in a suitable location with your project folder? Okay, maybe I gotta hit with one of these. And then go to the project folder. So I'm gonna go to my coding projects, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And then I'm gonna create a images folder. So that should. Okay, and I'm gonna put my Leonardo da Vinci screenshot in here. Okay, so now I want to. Okay, how do I? It's in the folder, which is a good sign. Let me see if I could hop on Code Academy and they'll show me. No, I want to do images. I want to do images, fam. Put this in the middle, fuck it. They might show it on here. I think they had a, yeah. Okay, so it's a, here, I'll copy that down. So they have it in the body. So it's a href. I think that stands for hyperlink reference equals well, I don't have a CSS to attach that with. I think you attach that to a CSS. So in this case, would it just be a image src equals, and I see the little image icon up there, and then whatever the image, actually I could do this. Can I, is it copy a relative path? Looks like this might have to be in quotations. Still not popping up. Like it's still live. I don't know why it says please reopen the preview. Restaurant landing page. Okay, maybe just copy path. Still no. Let me see if I can go to an older project and get an idea of how I did that. I don't want the project to pop up. I want the okay, so that opens up an edge. I don't want to do that. Okay, let me see if I could just look it up. How to local images. And HTML VS Code. Place your image files Then a folder in your project directory. A common practice is to create a dedicated folder like images or assets. Yes, I have that. Open your HTML file in VS Code. We're in there. Navigate to the HTML file where you want to insert the image. Insert the image tag. In your HTML to display the image. Image src. I feel like it's relative path. Oops, something went wrong. Really? Right, let me check this out. Really? Oh wait, is he gonna local? Yep. Okay, does this even pop up for yeah. No way. No way. No way. So he has it image src equals all right, maybe I should erase the A's. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And ideally, you would put that in CSS, I would imagine. Image src here. Let me get this over here. Image src equals. It says please reopen the preview. from the but it's right here. They want no spaces? No, the image is okay. Let's look at it again. IMG SRC equals the quotations, and then do they want an H1 first? Is that what? Welcome to the pizza. Why is my image not loading? Do I have to move it into that file? Can I move it? Oh. Okay, so let me look at the file path real quick on file. So go to my landing page. Okay, so I have the images folder, but they actually want, like if I delete this, it doesn't show up. So I actually have to put the image outside of the folder. Okay. So dang, how would you organize that if you have a bunch of images? You don't want that all just sitting outside of the folder. I wouldn't think. Like if I put this back in the folder, the image disappears, but when I leave it out, that is so weird. How would you organize your images? I'm not even gonna trip off that. I'm sure there's some way of doing it. That's so weird to me. Okay, so after God knows how long, we have an image. Leonardo da Pizza. Okay. So now we have some kind. Well, how would you know this is a pizza website? You don't even see a pizza on here. That's the real question. That could be like the profile shot, right? Of like, oh yeah, this is the person who owns the business. But you wouldn't put the person who owns the business in front of everybody. You would I think you got a copy image. You would do something like this. Okay, maybe not. Copy, command, paste. Okay, so command paste is not working. It's wonderful. Let me go back to the video. Oh, did I delete the video off? No, I didn't. Let's wait, let me go back. Oh, you want to know what's even crazier? I bet y'all couldn't even hear it. Yeah, y'all couldn't even hear the video. That's crazy. My bad, y'all. My bad, my bad, my bad. My bad. Next time. Okay.
Paste this image link in the src and just complete the angle brackets. Get this one method and we can just put some random URL, so we can just search for cat image and let's get this one. So we'll go on this site and copy the image link.
Oh, copy image link. Okay. So I have my pizza right here. Okay, it says image. Oh, no. No, it wouldn't be the link address. It'd be the image address. Okay, so we got our pizza. So I'm gonna take DaVinci out, but I'll leave it in there, or I might do this. I'll leave it in there. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Okay, so we have our first step done. Header with restaurant name and logo. So now we need a nav bar. That'll be within the next session. All right, that was a little longer than I hoped, but we're back into it. Set this timer, and we are on to the next step. We need a navigation bar linking. Here, I'll show it to you. Need a navigation bar linking to sections, home, menu, about, contact. It sounded weird reading it off like that. Home, menu, about, and contact. That's what we need. So our nav bar goes at the top. Does it go in? I don't think it goes in head. Let me see if I can get some guidance on here. No, I don't want that. Oh. Okay. We have our nav bar right there. So it's in the beginning of the body. It's pretty simple. They have it as nav so where is it? So they have a link right here. That's a local file path, it looks like. So I think I'm just gonna can I just make this home? Yeah, uh, I'll probably change it later anyway. Another cool trick, you can highlight this. I think it's Control Shift down arrow. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Is it? I think this is the Alt key. On this keyboard, it's the Windows key. So that down. I think it was asking for 4 things. So we need the home, menu, about, and contact. Home, menu, about, contact. So we'll do menu, about, contact. Okay. So the next step, hero section with background image and welcome text. Okay, a hero section. What is that? What is a hero section of a website? So a website's hero section is the prominent attention-grabbing area at the very top of the home page. You know what? That's probably not helpful. The hero section's primary goal is to quickly communicate what the website is about and why visitors should care. Danville Foundation represents the local education system in Danville, Illinois, and assists with financial and promotions. The website hero section is simple but efficient in its approach through a good use of ethos. Okay, so it's this. You can help make a difference. Okay. Our delicious pot pies are back. Okay. I don't think the term is a call to action. What did they say? It's the prominent attention grabbing area. Catches your attention. So I'm going to keep this up. Our delicious pot pies are back. So that next step is to have a hero section with welcome text. So really, how do we want to do this? Kind of want this to move downward. I know I could do that with CSS, but can I just do something quick? I'm gonna move this, delete that, and then paste that. So now I have my pizza. Okay. So how would you make this? You want to make this a background and put text on top. So would you do H2? Oh. Okay, hold on. Now that's all types of messed up. So H2. Golly, get that out. Don't want that to be highlighted. Okay. H2. And then I'm gonna just Jello. Okay, no, it's not. Hmm. So the question is, how do I get the text? How do I make this a background and have the text on top? We have our H2 tags. I know there's a way. Let me see. Those don't have it. Hmm. Okay. To display an image in the background with text overlaid on top in HTML and CSS, particularly when working in VS Code, the following steps can be taken. So I have my HTML file inside the body tag. Create a container element, a div, that will hold both the background image and the text. Div class. So it's in the body, it's in a div, the image. Okay. So now create a div. Class equals and then is it the image? Yep. Well, I'm assuming it would still be image src. No, I think it's okay. Hold on. Get out of here. This. Okay, so now it doesn't come up at all. So let's go back to here, see if they have any insights on divs. Come on. I want the div. It might be an element. Let's see. Divs, yep. It's great for grouping elements. Now I want to do divs with classes. Images, div ID equals introduction. Okay, hold on. Div ID equals media. Okay, your image SRC. Your image source, not just SRC. Yeah, see, like stuff like this. Here, let's make sure it works first before I start flaming the website or flaming Google for providing a suggestion. All right, let me get this back too. I don't need this anymore. Okay. Let us do some backtracking. Okay, so div class equals, let's do, what is it called? Hero page. Hero page. Then within there, we're gonna have our H2 in our image. So it still exists. I think this would be like that. Now I'm still not sure how we can get the text on top of it. A lot closer. They get a lot closer when the H2 is down here, or when the H2 is away, or when the H2 is coupled with it. Let me image SRC. I wonder if with the CSS, if that would push it down, but not behind. Or if I make the image be head first. So when the website parses through, it parses the image first, then the text second. And with that text, you can move it up in front of the image because the image is parsed through first. I think that's what I'm understanding. Let me. Does this? Yeah, this shouldn't have to be a P element. Nah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, this a little misleading. Div class image container. this is the way I was shown how to make divs off the website. So you might be able to utilize it in this way, but to me, you set the class, you have your other items within the div, and yeah, with your image and your paragraph, or H1, H2, or H2s, H3s. So it says from here, with your CSS styling, you would use something like overlay text. And we already had the live server, so matter of fact, do I? Let's see what we can do. Oh, get this. I think it's this one. Yep. Okay. Put this to the side. I want my CSS. That's the thing too. I want to make it correctly. I think go to the home page. Golly. Keypad. CSS. You know what? Week 2. Let's do setup and syntax. I'm that guy trying to get this paper, baby. I'm that guy forever. I'm that guy trying to get this paper, baby. Okay. I don't know why that's blocked off up there. Okay, so here I'm not gonna lie, I think you can copy this and then attach it in here. Isn't it right up under the no. Well, hold on, let me look. HTML head. Where is it? It's at the very end of the head. So right here. All right, I'm assuming that's connected. So then you pick an element. Let's do body. And then no, not color. So we body this. Let's do color blue. Okay, so then all our body elements will be blue. So it is connected. If we want to do green, it'll be green. Okay, so what we want to do is specify our div class hero page. But classes are the dots, IDs are the hashtags, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just do color green. Okay, yep, so that's what it's focused on. So the hero page is whatever is within this div. That's the image and the text. It was saying on the site we should be, we should be using like this CSS to your HTML file using the link tag. Yep. Style to overlay text to position it over the image. Okay, maybe not. To position it over the image and adjust its appearance, color, font size, etc. This might be it too, I'm not gonna lie. Make sure it's a solid website. Yep. Sorry, timer did run out. You can give the image element positive, relative, and wrap the text in an element with position relative, and wrap the text in an element with position absolute. I guess we need to get that too. Because this little star means all of the elements, if I'm correct. Padding, 0 pixels, margin, 0 pixels. Now it's saying just go with straight dot relative. But we're gonna come back to that. Okay, I think I have an idea on how to tackle this. So let me see. In CSS, they want us to give the image element position relative and wrap the text in an element position absolute. So in HTML, it'll look like this. So this div class will be relative, and then this div class within the main div class would be absolute. Now, off top, I couldn't tell you what exactly the terms mean. That is something that you need to know. So let me see if I can slide over here. And I'm gonna delete this. I know they have something on absolute. Right, it might not be this one. HTML, intro to CSS, maybe. No, that's the same page. Okay. Let's hit this. Because we gotta know what relative, and absolute means it's very, very important. Very, very important. Box model. It might be display and positioning actually. Relative positioning. Float, inline block, inline display, sticky, fixed. Right, absolute, relative, yep. Okay, so one way to modify the default position of an element is by setting its position property to relative. This allows you to position an element relative to its default static position on the web page. Okay, so we didn't even set our timer. There we go. This value allows you to position an element relative to its default static position. Okay. So how do we want to implement this? They used Greenbox as the element, and it's a class because it's .greenbox. So we do have a class .heroPage. So you're telling me that I can do position relative on here. And then run position absolute on that. Run position absolute on the text, that particular text. So this is our text right here. It's within the div. I think I could do .heroPage p. Let's do that. Now I'm not sure if I have to put a comma. And then we could do position. Boom. Okay, we got it. Cool. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Okay. So let's make sure we know what this is actually doing. So position relative, it allows you to position an element relative to its default static position. There was a way I wrote this in notes a while ago. Okay, so let's figure it out now. So, okay, in the example above, the element of Greenbox class will be moved down to 50 pixels and to the right 120 pixels from its default static position. The image below displays the new position of the block. Okay, so its action is to move. I understand that. But it's relative to its default position. So if this was I'm assuming this was the default position, it moved, or it had top 50 pixels and left 120 pixels. So it moved to the bottom right. So relative is moving from its default static position. Absolute, all other elements on the page will ignore the element and act like it is not present on the page. The element will be positioned relative to its closest ancestor that has its position property set to anything other than static, relative, absolute, or fixed. Okay. So absolute will be positioned relative to its closest ancestor. So I can think of absolute like the little brother. Absolute is always going to follow adjacent to its brother. So, for example, if this is the big brother, the relative brother, and this is within, or if, and this is within the big brother's close proximity, I guess. If you're out in public, you want to stay near your big brother. So you're absolutely going to be within that area. You're going to start where your brother is and then move outward from there. So its default position is the element will be positioned relative to its closest ancestor. So wherever the relative is, it moves from there. I'm assuming. First of all, it acts like it's being ignored. The page will ignore the element. It will be positioned relative to its closest ancestor. This absolute positioning causes other elements on the page to ignore it as if it is not part of the regular document flow. Maybe the best thing to do is just absolute is absolutely not a part of the document flow. Because if this wasn't relative, it would still be absolute. Yeah. I mean, if I do top 50 pixels, where'd she go? Maybe, oh, it moved up, actually. Why 0? Oh, wait. Okay, so if it's 0, it's being ignored by the document, and it's moving. This probably makes it easier. It's ignored by the document, and it goes all the way up to the top left. Okay, so it's like a complete reset, but it's being ignored by the document. So if I just leave this alone, position absolute, I'm guessing its position is absolute to wherever the I guess wherever this relativity is. Because if I just do P, nothing really happens. I'm just trying to make it make sense, that's all. But if I do add elements, I would have to actually move it around. But first of all, we got this hero page. Go back to my HTML, please. Let us image src. Can't we name this something? Or should I put it in another class or another div? I think if we make this relative, it'll move with it, maybe. Okay, so we have our second div. And then we want to class. Pizza image. Keep up with the camel case usage. Okay, then we'll come over here. I'll leave this. So we have pizza image, and it is a class. So let me get that right. Then let's do size. 140 pixel. No, that. Okay, hold on. So now DaVinci is over it. So now, why is this out of the document flow? Because it's in a separate div. Okay, let's. Okay, maybe we don't need this. We'll just highlight it as hero page image. Yeah, because, okay, I think that's what the issue was. Dot hero page. There we go. Yep. And we'll hit them with that. Maybe we want the, I think 140 is cool. Then DaVinci, we can reduce them to. Reduce them to ash. So this is just. Let's put him in a div too. Oh, that's not. Sorry. DaVinci. Okay, and then dot DaVinci. So I spelled it right. Yep, DaVinci. Then we can do height. Okay, DaVinci is not working. Oh. My DaVinci class is, DaVinci IMG. Okay, cool. So now, let me go ahead and save both of these. Okay, so we were able to change the size. I also want to change the text. Let's change that to white. So hero page image, hero page P for the text, color white. Actually, let's make it gray. Blue. Like, what's a yellow? I guess white. Something to kind. I mean, make it pop or something. And then let me change this size to like 250. I think you have to make this relative though. Because if I do right, like where'd it go? Let me make this green. It's all the way on the right. But if this is position relative, okay, now we're all types of everywhere. Oh. I'm thinking it'll stay in the box at least. That seems to not be the case. Let's do 380. Okay, so now where did my text go? Interesting, it's right behind the image now. Because the position is relative? Of course, if I take this out, yeah, it's in front of it. So what was this trying to say? Text position absolute. Give the image element position relative for the image, and wrap the text in an element with position absolute and top 0. So now it's all the way up there. It's not even... Okay, I don't think that's quite working. I don't think that's the advice worth following. At this point, if I wanted to look the way I want it to look, keep it like that, take the top away, and it's right there. But I know when it comes time to like sizing the website and it starts moving around, well, I guess, okay, it's not doing nothing crazy. We'll get to that point. We will get there. Okay, so we have our hero. Let's give it an actual title of some sorts. Try our new pepperoni. What's new about it, you ask? That was the wrong question. Just eat it. Just take it. Let's do pepperoni with 2 eyes. It's not just pepperoni, it's pepperoni. So we got pepperoni. We got this. Okay, so what is the next step? In this sea of terror. Let me delete some of these. Yeah, that's Stack Overflow. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, it's kind of right. If the Oh, no way. For me, your choice is a bad strategy because the padding, the padding top will always impact your content. It is not the background job. Combine height, 100 VH, and background size cover. Oh my. 2018. We still can't figure it out. We're in 2025. Okay, so we have our hero section. Let me bring out our checklist. We have our hero section with the background image and welcome text. Try our new pepperoni. Now we need our menu section with styled food, drink items, 2 to 3 category. Okay. So we need a menu. It'll be within the body. And it'll be a separate div from the big boys up here. Probably push DaVinci down. And then we'll have a new div. And from here, we'll call this div with a class of menu. Capitalize it, yep. Then from here, I think we'll have some H2 elements. Okay, I was like, where's my text? Where's it gonna be? So, real quick, let's do DaVinci image, padding top, and let's do 45 pixels. Okay, we need more than that. 450 pixels. Okay, we need a little less than that. Let's do 250. 350. So give it some space. And then this should still be up here. Yeah. Okay, so we have our H2. This will be our menu section. Actually, no. So H1 is our main heading. This will be our subheading menu. I think that'll be our H2. Styled food, drink items, 2 to 3 categories. So this will be maybe H3. And then we'll do our little strat right here. Let's do 2 to 3 categories. Yep. Let's do. Oh, timer went out. Let's finish this up. Let's do drink. Let's do toppings. Let's do drink. I'm not gonna get too intricate. Let's just do pepperoni, green peppers, and let's do the almighty Sprite. Wash it down. Okay, so that'll be our menu. I kind of want these to be like horizontal. So it'll be class, it'll be dot menu. I don't want my H2 to be affected. It'll be my H3, dot menu H3. And then I want it to be horizontal. So is it something with the padding, possibly? No, it'll be the box model. Is that might be it. Let me see. Absolute fixed, sticky, z-index, inline display, block. Is it inline block? For example, the divs below will be displayed on the same line and with the specified dimensions. Okay, so inline block, is that it? Sorry if that was loud. Display inline block. Let's try that. Okay, not quite. Oh, we got a width. Still not quite. Yeah, class of menu that. Oh, well that capital M. Yeah, yeah. We like that. Okay, okay. So now, can I make it a tad bit closer? $150. Yeah, the height doesn't even matter for real. We could do, oh, yeah, padding. Top. 20 pixels. Yep. Or 12. Give it a little bit of space. It's kind of weird how pepperoni is way further out. Do I have a space somewhere? No. Very interesting. Okay. I was gonna say, do they have to be on the same line? Yeah, you probably do, just so you could mess with the padding. Okay, so we have our menu. Let's save, and then we'll figure out the next step in the next session. Okay, let's see what this next step is. Okay, we're gonna focus on, so we have our menu section with styled food, drink items. We need a about section with restaurant history or story. Okay. Let's get that back in there. And we need our about section. So index HTML, we have our DaVinci down there. Let's do div class about. H2. Just about us, something simple. Then we'll do a paragraph. We were hungry, so we made pizza. Bam. Okay, so with this, it's going to be dot about, and that's really going to be our padding right there. Dot about. I'm going to focus on padding top and give it maybe 40 pixels. I kind of want this to get closer. So our DaVinci image, padding top. Do we want to do 0? No, let's do like 20. Yep. And then padding top, we'll make that like 400. It'll be at the bottom of the screen. We were hungry, so we made pizza. I kind of want to put the image right next to the header, subheader. So to do that, let me take this, and then come back here and do inline. Is it display? Yep, display. Inline block. And same as the menu, do width. Okay, maybe not. Well, that's menu with the H3. So let's do this. I'm going to copy this. We need Vinci image. Would it be dot about? Get that going? No. Still not it. Damn. Dot about. Is the div itself blocking it out? Is that what it might be? Let's just do. Maybe I should do left. Okay, maybe. That's really not moving. We did padding right. Nope. Top. Okay, about image. Oh no. Okay, so it's moving now. Let's do display. Inline block. What the flip? Wait, why is... Oh wait, did I not delete the other one? Is that it? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. So now we only have one. We also want to do padding. Can I do padding bottom 240 pixels to give us space down here? Okay, no, that's just gonna affect everything on the page. Right. Okay, give us some extra space. Thank you. Get that cord out the way. Okay. So we want this to be next to the about us. Dot about display inline block. Well, I think that's only made. I didn't even set my timer. Whoops. What am I missing? About us. I think we keep the Da Vinci because, like, what if we want to? Well, if you wanted to make it bigger, it'll just be about image. But if you had multiple images, you would still need a div class. It's not a link, so you wouldn't use a. So what's blocking it? Okay, div class about us. Div class Da Vinci. Then we have our image. I want image to be next to the about text. Let's see. Let me check this out over here. Okay, like they have the list as inline block. So that's a bunch of them. This isn't really. Maybe I have to make it like something like this, maybe, or we do have a little bit of padding. What is it? Position absolute. Okay, so that moved it underneath the about us and the text. So now position absolute is saying like, okay, this image doesn't exist. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. is how can about image display? I'm thinking inline block will like line it up correctly. That doesn't seem to be the case. Specify the position of an element. Answer. It makes sense if these are inline block because they all share the same. Okay, they all, that's the commonality. They all share the same element. These are two separate classes. So of course they're not going to go inline block with each other because they're two separate classes. So what do we need to do? I think I need to delete. Yeah, I honestly think I need to delete this div. Stop psyching myself out. Okay, let's put this information in here. Check something real quick. Okay. Okay, so let me DaVinci. I have those saved. Still works. Now, would it be border box? Excuse me. CSS display and positioning. Structure tables. Oh, okay. Box model. No. That's, I feel like it's display and positioning, but I'm not understanding. Specify the dimensions using the width and height properties. There are 3 rectangular divs that each contain a paragraph of text. The rectangular divs will appear in line. Elements that are block level by default include all levels of heading elements. Where is text aligned with position, color? Shoot, did I not do it all here? I don't even see display on here. That's probably why I look like that. Okay, I'm not. Okay, something was going on with that. Inline display. Yeah, something was going on with this one too. H1. Okay, strong. Okay, let's back off of that. I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm not sure how to do it, and I'm sure we might stumble upon it. So we do have our about section with our somewhat of a story. Contact sections with address, phone, and hours. Okay, so I think we are gonna put that below the about us. Or what am I doing? Div class contact. Okay, within the div we have our H2. Then that we have our text. And we'll do P for the paragraph. You know what? Same with this. 1, 3. This will be phone number. 222. Should be writing, yep. That's the phone number. Address. Oh, what the heck? Nope. Address. 1, 2, 3, 4. Humpty Dumpty. And then the hours. From 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. So same thing with the contact. We want to make sure that there's space at the bottom. Contact. And then we're going to do padding. Bottom. 400 pixels. Maybe not. Because contact is with a capital C in this case. Okay. So let's save that. Save this. Next we have a footer with social media links. Okay, so this will be the footer. Then within the footer, we'll have our. Actually, let's do it like this. Let's keep that. H2s. Socials. We can really make these. They'll be our pretend links. I don't know. I don't know if this will, yeah. Okay. I know I keep doing this. Footer. Padding bottom. Ooh. 200 pixels. Alright, so we got the IG. Let's do X. And let's do Facebook. We'll save these. Okay, and then we are mobile responsive layout. Okay, so that's, I think that's under accessibility. Now I really gotta find this. Let's see where we're at. deploying. Deploying. It might be one of those down there. This is week 2, week 3. No. Let me check this out. Okay, this ain't it. Week 4 is, oh no, responsive web design. Yes, 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 yes. Grids and spacing. Oh, this wasn't nothing. Okay. Flexbox. Might be this too. So I think if you, what the heck? There's nothing on here. Dang. Okay. Let us. Shit. I guess I didn't do that. Let's make it right. Display flex. This sounds like what I might need. Because I want to, if something is on a smaller screen, it should look different. All right, this timer's running out. All right, man, I just had two organic gala apples, and they were actually pretty good. I feel like they're better than the regular galas. Like they taste different, but yeah, I just had those. I watched a little Tyler the Creator interview. He has one with Ebro. Is that his name, Ebro? But it wasn't the Breakfast Club, Hot 97. But yeah, it was pretty cool. We're just gonna hop straight back into it. So right now we are building a mobile responsive layout. So that's really focusing on, I think we're in the right page right here, sizing element, just learn responsive design right here. So I'm gonna hop straight into it. Let's see what Tweet can do. Oh, it might have froze up on me. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Alright, it's still glitching? Alright, there you go. Okay, still not moving. Okay. Alright. Alright, come on. Come on. I don't think. Oh, this might be something. Okay. Relative measurements. Modern technology allows users to browse the internet via multiple devices, such as desktop monitors, mobile phones, tablets, and more. Devices of different screen sizes, however, pose a problem for web developers. How can we ensure that a website is readable and visually appealing across all devices? I'm going to go ahead and get these out of here. So, the answer is responsive design. Design refers to the ability of a website to resize and reorganize its content based on the size of other content on the website and the size of the screen the website is being viewed on. So you probably noticed that the unit of pixels, or px, used in websites. Pixels are used to size content to exact dimensions. For example, if you want a div to be exactly 500 pixels, blah, 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 blah. Elements, when you switch from landscape to portrait, element size with pixels can appear too small, overflow the screen, and become completely illegible. With CSS, you can avoid hard-coded measurements and use relative measurements. That's the is that the REM? Relative measurements offer an advantage over hard-coded measurements as they allow for the proportions of a website to remain intact regardless of screen size or layout. Okay. So this site uses many relative measurements. Okay. So that's where the REM comes from. You use REM for responsive design. Relative measurements. Okay, so is that a part of what I have to change? They have height 46 REM. Is that the same for like padding and stuff? Even the margin bottom. Another thing too, it's not like 300 pixels. It's like 3.75 REM. So like for this one, this is our about image. Let's do 2.5 REM. Excuse me, that's pretty small. 4, okay, 5, okay, 9. It's about the same size. But the thing is, if we shrink up the screen, nothing's gonna happen. If we left it as pixels, I don't know how much it was. 350 pixels. Doesn't really do much. But maybe that's only because it's an image. So, okay. 9.5 REM. So really they have it on height. You can do it for font size. That's another thing I should do up here on the hero page paragraph. Let's change the, my timer isn't going on. I stay doing this. I stay doing it. Let's make the font weight 300. Is that even doing anything? I don't think that's doing anything, I'll be honest. Okay. So we want to make this accessible for cell phone users. That's the other thing too. Everything is on one side of the screen, which that's not exactly what we want either. So I think as we're clearing out more of this website, we're gonna encounter more responsive design problems. So, okay, let's start with the hero page. I want this to be, I want it to look something like this. So it's red at the top, you have your home menu specials, whatever. You have your hero page right here with your text on top of the page. That's what we are shooting for. So let us. So this top part, welcome to the pizza. Actually, really, I want this nav bar to have a, so let's start there. Nav, to have, let's just do the same thing. Yeah, let's do the same. We can do blue. Now let's do green, because blue is Domino's. I don't know what Papa John's is. No, Papa John's is green, aren't they? Shiz. Dang, what color? Shoot, purple pizza? Yeah, let's stick with the alliteration. Purple pizza. Eating some Barney pizza. Let's see. Nav. Oh. Nav. What is going on? Okay, there you go. So we're highlighting our nav. What would be the background color? Let's do blue violet. Okay, yep. So now I want that to be bigger. I kind of want to get rid of the Leonardo da Pizza. Well, nah, I want that to stay there. Cause I don't, you know, I might change that with the logo actually, or like a picture of a chef or something. So let's focus on making this nav bar bigger. I want, so we're dealing with a box. I feel like it's gonna be, no, would it be padding? I actually like that. 40 pixels all around. I also want the nav A's to be white. A color white. Okay, now I want this to be moved. I want these to be moved over here. So what do we do? And I don't want that underline, I'll be honest. We'll figure that out in a minute. Yeah, we'll figure that out in a second. So I want to move this to the right. How would I do that? Let's see. That'll be positioning. So let's see. I'm gonna keep this. It might be this. Buttons, navigation. It's week 3. Week 4. Don't we have one that was positioning? Yep. When set to relative, an element's position is relative to its default position on the page. When set to absolute, an element's position is relative to its closest position parent element. Okay. Block elements take up the width of their container. No, elements can have set width and height, but they can also appear next to each other and do not take up their entire container width. Let's try inline block for the nav A. Nav A. Position inline block. Is that it? Or is that display? Yeah. Okay, it's not moving. Okay, I'm missing something. So when they use inline block, text align position relative top bottom, just inline block. Margin 40 pixels. It's either margin or the question is in the middle. Text align center. Might get, let's see. Okay, so none of these are moving. Let me try. There we go. Then on our home image, we can adjust the padding. So nav, padding bottom, 20 pixels. Padding top, 40 pixels. I'm like, did it move? Do I want to keep it at 60? Yeah, we gotta get rid of that. Or not get rid of the Leonardo da Pizza, but we want that to be. Huh. It's not sitting in anything. Okay. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. And then I think I'm cool with that. There's a little bit of spacing down here. I definitely want this to be bigger. Text size, no. Which one is font size? And then okay, 40 is a little too big. Let's try 20. Let's try 30 might be too big too, to be honest. Yeah. Let's try 22. Ain't bad. Okay, let's mess with the padding right. So 30 pixels. Nope. Matter of fact, I want padding left. 30. Okay, maybe I do one right. No, it looks like it's pushing over here. Oh, no. Okay. Well, let's do 9 REM. And then I want nav A I want them to like split apart, like the image. I want it to be separate. Unless I can do it, I might be able to do it here. So display inline block. Oh no, no. So yeah, I need to focus on the individual ones. Okay, 200 is too much. Let's try 120. 120 might be. 120. You know what? It's not gonna be REM. I mean, it's not gonna be pixels anyway. I want this to be REM. So let's try 10 REM. Because if it was just 120 pixels, shit, that looks better than fucking REM. It stays uniform. So what the fuck? Oh, there it goes. The thing is, too, if we go to Domino's site, the site kind of, it just shrinks itself and then like fully expands. It doesn't like move. None of this moves. It just, it kind of all moves together, I guess. Like this is the only real thing that really shifts. Everything else stays compact until it reaches a certain point. Okay, let's take our time. Instead of it doing that, I know it's I don't know what the term is, but like once it hits a certain pixel spacing, it'll immediately jump to whatever spacing you want it to be specifically. It's kind of like a jump. It's kind of like a jump cut in a movie when you shrink it down to a certain size. It'll jump cut to whatever size specificity you have. So okay, we have our nav bar, we have the purple. I am looking for, I think I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. With 9, 7, yeah, that's 7. Okay. So next, let's mess with the pizza. So this is our hero page image. Background color to black. And then you know what? Maybe that's not it. Because that's only focusing on the image. Let's do hero page, background color to black. There we go. Or can we do like a smoky, or nah, black. Okay, then I want the pizza to go on the right. Kind of like how the pot pie is in the image. Let me see. Black. So I want if I want to move it to the right, I would use padding. Or, what was the other one I used? I used text align. Yep. Then again, too, like, instead of just using text align, just get the padding right. Left. Not quite 36, not quite 60. 40 looks pretty solid. Okay. Then, nah, you know what? Let's just put it all the way on the side. Nah, yeah. 69, 50, 5. Yeah. Just leave it like that. 53 REM. Let's look at the picture. Okay. There's a lot of little details in here, like the emblem that really sets it off. So I really want the text to go to the left. So hero page P. I know the position is absolute, but I want the let's do padding right. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. So then if I take this away, it's not within the image. Hmm. Color white. Yes. Ah. All right, we're back on the journey to get this mobile responsive layout done. That's the final thing we have on this checklist. Along with trying, I feel like I feel like this website needs to get some love to it, get something to it, just to give it that feel of, man, I gotta share it with somebody else. So that'll be my goal after I finish this and get this squared away. But yeah, coming back, I just made some chicken. Chicken was fire. I cut it up into small chunks. It was chicken breast, so I cut them up into small chunks. Added my seasonings, added some flavors, some sauces to it, and boy, is it fire! But anyway, we're getting back to this. Not gonna waste too much time, so let's hop into it. Put this on the side. All right, so this is, where are we? Style CSS. We need to make this mobile friendly. So we were looking at relative measurements. This was one part of getting to that level using REM, which is relative measurement. Okay, EM. Incorporating relative sizing charts starts by using units other than pixels. One unit of measurement you can use the CSS to create relatively sized content is the EM. So I have seen that before, 2EM for the responsive design. Banner 1. Banner H1, not banner 1. You can change your font size to 2EM. So it looks like we want our fonts to be that 2. Instead of 22 pixels, this is the nav bar. Let's do 3 EM. I might have to reset this. Yeah. Okay, 3 EM. It's a little big. Okay, 1.5 EM. I like that. This is the, okay, that's the distance between each. So does it really matter if we use, I think this just said, yeah, one unit that you can use is EM. So I think just being consistent with REM or EM will be the best deal. So I'm gonna go through font size. I didn't do anything for font weight, okay. Font size. Let me just go through all my font sizes and get that fixed. Padding. Like padding, so I feel like anything with a pixel needs to be that EM. So this is our nav, padding. Okay, this really feels like it's not doing anything. Let me do this, then show a preview. Okay. All right, I really feel like the padding is not doing anything. At all. So, okay. Oh wait, is that no, this isn't the nav, this is the hero page. Interesting. Okay. Padding bottom. Yep. 1 EM. Probably do 1.5. Keep it like that. Yep. Padding top. So we see how it is. Do 2 EM. Yep. Okay, so instead of 9, maybe 7. Yeah. Probably do this like 2.4. Give it a little bit more space. Okay. REM. All right, we're just gonna skip out on the REM. Hero page. Interesting. So you really got to put in some work just to get this around. Okay. 50, 58, 54, 53. I like that. Okay. I feel like I have to do something up here. Like I feel like the padding and stuff isn't right. Okay, I'm checking this out. So, like HTML, font size 16 pixels, min width, mid height. Body. See, like, these are still pixels. Just font size, always font size. Do you only use EM for font size? Let me ask. Just font size. CSS EM is a relative unit that can also be used for properties like margin padding. Okay, more. It always scales based on the font size of the element or its appearance, making layouts more flexible and responsive. Okay, cool. So you can use it for anything. That's good. That's good. That's good. So let me look at the example. Our website example. Yeah, keeping it white is cool. I might want to change that picture, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's image container overflow. Okay, what is an image container? Div class image container. So it's this. So does this mean, okay, and it's in the div too. So the words, okay, flow through it. It's kind of cool. They did another image container for the image src. So it looked like they did it for all of that. Tucked it in a div. Okay. So let's keep going with our hero page image. That's how big the image will be. So we did 380. Let's do 60 EM. It's way too much. 20. Okay, 20 is roughly what we had. 20. Okay, hero page P, position absolute, color white, text align left. Okay, we got pixels down here, menu H3. So the width is 150. Let's do 3. Okay, 3 EM is not enough. 30 is way too much. 7 looks just about. Once again, the pepperoni is like so far off. And it is right here. I'm not sure why that's so far off. It's not like doing that helps either. But I feel like they should all be separate, so they can have the spacing in between them. Like the nav bar. Why are all the navs separate? Same thing with these. Why is this one, why is this different than these? Do they all have to be in the, I mean, they kind of are in the same class, wouldn't you say? Menu H3. If you wanted to call on it, I think it would still be image H3 for my example. Image container image. Why are they doing max width 100%? Make sure that images inside image container never stretch wider than their container. This helps your image automatically resize to fit different screen sizes, making it, well, okay. So I need that for my images. Max width. Okay, that looks crazy. Because before, it would just kind of move. Like, just move to the side. But this, I guess, makes it more dynamic. So the example is saying, or style makes sure that images inside image container never stretch wider than their container. Never stretch wider than their container. So, okay. So maybe I want min with... I don't know if I want none. Yeah. No, it's still kind of... Oh, shit. Oh, what kind of funky ass piece is that? Alright. Don't want that. Height auto display block. Explain that. This code makes sure images inside image container always keep their proportions. Height auto, fill the containers with max width, and remove extra white space below by displaying as a block. Height auto display block. So what does that do? Oh, okay. So it don't do no. It doesn't do any funky-ish. So if I delete display block, it still has that shrinkage, but the display block removes extra space below by displaying as a block. Okay, so that's something I didn't know I actually needed for my images. Okay, so let's do that for my other images too. Okay, questioning everything. That is what we are doing. So I have another image right here. Padding I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna delete this and hit him with that and hit him with that. Let's see. All right, this thing is still big, but now he kind of stays cool. Okay. I don't have any more images, but that's good to know. So max width makes sure that the images inside image container never stretch wider than their container. So max width prevents unnecessary stretch. Height auto keeps the image's proportions. Fills the containers with, keeps the proportions, fill the containers with, and then makes it a block. By making it a block, you remove extra space below it. Okay, well, hold on. There might be more things we can snack from. Now this, for the paragraph, you're setting a minimum width and height for all P elements. This means each paragraph will always be at least 200 pixels wide and 200 pixels tall, helping your layout stay consistent and readable on different screens. Okay, min width, min height. So hero page P. That'll be the text within there. I'm gonna just do, because it looks like this text is big. It's gonna blow up. Oh no, it didn't do anything. Yeah, it didn't really do anything. Oh. This is the hero page. But I know this text align works. Well, it doesn't. This color works. Yeah. Okay. Do we need to delete this? Is that... So this min width, min height is not really doing anything for our text. But if I try to change the font size, yeah, it'll move. Padding right. So it's only stuck. It's relative to our hero page, which is the primary container or the parent container. That's not where I want that. Okay, so I wanted div class hero page. It's weird because I want it in here, but I don't want it to be locked within the image. Image src. Image src. So this is our image source. We have our p element, which is on top, but I want it to be out here. If I put this out, this will be above. I'll put it after welcome to the pizza. Whoops. Yeah, it'll be above. Unless I can make a div. Ooh, hold on. Unless I can make a div. Then give the div a class of try. Call it hero try. So now here we have our hero page P. See right here, dot hero, nope, try, bam, and then we'll do position absolute. Okay, so where to go? Color white. Bam. So now it's outside. Okay, cool. So all I did was put it above. Let me make some space. That's what's up. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. So now I'm able to move it around. Okay. So I want to erase this because this is relative to this hero page, right? Okay, so I don't need this anymore. Yeah, I really don't need any of this. So basically I need font size and padding. White color, font size, let's do 2EM. And then padding, let's do our padding left to move it to the right. Okay, that's what we get for 2. Can I just do padding and then what is it? Like clockwise, top, right, down, left? Oh, that's our time. 6:16. Hey, shout out to Kendrick. I do want to do this. Padding, let's do 2EM. I'm just clicking random shit. Okay, that didn't do anything. I think you need commas after them. That is not the case, I don't think. Oh, I'm not doing this right. Oh, no. Okay. I know there's a way of doing it like that. Just do padding left, 5EM, and then padding bottom, or padding top. So it moves down, yep. So 8EM is a little too much. 4, 3.5, 0.9, 7, and then padding left 5. Let's try 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 8. Try a new pepperoni with 2 eyes. So the way that kind of expands like that, this is our hero page, correct? Hero page, we have padding left, right? I think we need height auto, maybe display block. I know I'm going way over time, but height auto, display block. What is that doing for me? Still, I don't want it to stretch like that. What's the min width doing? Okay, let's try min heights. Still stretching. All right, we're gonna take a little break. All right, we back. Got that set. Okay. So remember, this was the issue. It's the hero page. Background color is black. Padding left. There's got to be something that, like there's a reason why this stays consistent. So what is Banner's travel blog? This is under the banner ID. Where's the picture? Image. Is this the image right here? One Saturday. Delera. Took us to the market. Okay. So that's further down. January 7th, Saturday market. Banish travel blog. So where? Yes, the ID is under banner. We come over here. Okay, background image URL. Background position, center, height, no repeat, display flex. Okay, so it's a flex box. Okay, so let's. First of all, let's just copy this. See what happens. Boop. Boop. Okay, so that's a lot going on. I don't need this height to be this high. So I'm gonna delete that. It still has that movement though. It's not stationary. Okay, if I keep the height, it does stay stationary. The only thing that shrinks is the pizza. Okay, so what in the world is going on? I don't want it to be 40. So let's, I don't want 4 either. Let's do 20. Okay. So now our pizza, okay, maybe let's do 18, 15, 14, 14, 15. Let's just do 15, keep it an even number. This don't even say background. There we go. So I need my image background position center. Will it stay now? Nope. I think it needs to be in the flex box, maybe. Let's just hit him with that. It still shrinks. Okay, the width is messing it up too. Okay, so now it's not jumping around. It's the same height as the hero. Okay. It's actually good so far. So I have a display block and a display flex. That is not what we want. Let's just get a clear overview of everything that's going on here. This section styles the banner area. You center the background image and content, set the banner's height, prevent the image from repeating, make the background cover the area for a responsive look. Maybe this is where I'm really lost. Makes the banner section use flexbox by adding display flex, justify content center, and align item center. You center the banner's content both vertically and horizontally, making it more responsive. Okay, so display flex, justify content center, align item center. You center the banner's content both vertically and horizontally. So let's go into, yes, responsive design, flexbox. Okay, so you use flexbox to move content as well. It's probably what I need to, yeah, justify content. That's probably what I need to use instead of inline block. Like, when would you use this? Let me ask. When would you use inline block over flex? When you want elements to sit next to each other horizontally but still behave like block elements, allowing width, height, margin, and padding. It is simple and good for basic layouts like navigation menus or buttons in a row. Use flex when you need more control over alignment, spacing, and responsiveness. Flexbox makes it easier to center items, distribute space, and handle complex layouts, especially when items need to grow, shrink, or wrap. So flex is for more responsiveness. Inline block is when you want them to sit next to each other horizontally. Okay. Let us, so that actually helped a lot, that flex. Display flex, justify content center. All that good stuff, good stuff. So really, instead of padding left, it needs to be, well, why do we have padding left on a hero page? It should only be my image, really. Justify content. Where is display flex? All items will be positioned in order starting from the left of the parent container. Flex end. Do I have that anywhere? Excuse me. Do justify content. Flex end. But it doesn't move to the end. So what's the point of this? But that changes the size. Don't that pizza look scrumptious, y'all? Like if I would have kept it, this would have been center. Yeah, it's still doing the same movements, so I literally need none of these. Oh. 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 Still need that height though. Okay. Hero page. Oh, you're not moving the. You're not. There is no content to move within the image. You're moving what's in the div. So the div is like. When you highlight it, you're highlighting the div box, and then you're moving what's in that box to the side. You're not moving what's in the image. You're moving what's inside the box. So that's why. Got it. This border is what you're moving. The items within it are what you're moving. Like if I have a box and a ball, this is the box, this is the ball. You're highlighting the box so you can move whatever's in there. Anyway. So we have that moved. And it's being responsive so far, which is nice. So from here, now that we know flex exists, what do we do next? I know I want to. I'm cool with all the. Actually, I want to change this to flex. So this is our menu. H3. Forget that inline block. We want display flex. I want it to be horizontal though. Okay, hold on. Is it going to be inline flex? Center display inline flex. container. Box 1, 2, 3. Yeah, inline flex. Okay. So this will be. Why is it not? Oh, it's display. There we go. It's still. Okay. So when we go 7, it's just way too far. It feels like it's way too far. With 6 EM. Okay, that does feel better. So this about us will be an inline flex as well. So about image display inline flex. We're not moving the image. We're moving the box. We're highlighting the box. Display inline flex. Okay, so go to the about. This is actually gonna come out of the about. Just come here. Nah, because then we still have padding up underneath it. So yes, maybe I turn this into a div. Let's see. Nah, it still gets attached right there. Inline flex. At this point, maybe it was okay the way it was. Yeah. About us. A little bit of padding is okay. I'll delete that. Let's do. Is it? No. Where's my other image? Height 15? Yeah. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay, contact. I mean, we can. What if I want to move this to the middle? Justify content, center. Okay, that didn't do anything. Justify content, center. Okay, that didn't do anything either. Why aren't you doing anything? Maybe I gotta hit the, let it know that I needed to flex. Hit that flex for me. That's my menu actually. Hold on. So about, display, flex, flex, justify content, center. So it does move it to the center, but I want I want the text to be down here. Display block. Maybe I need the block. Block. I still want the content. Text align center. No. Well, let me see. Text align. Oh, yes. Yes. Display block, text align center. It's not an inline block. Display block. That was such a clutch play. Holy. Okay. Display block, yes. Okay, so now I like that in the middle. I want this menu in the middle too. Well, let's go back to our reference. I mean, let's go to Domino's site. Like if I wanted to go to the menu, I'd hit this and it'll take me to a different page. So, yeah, the menu is a different page. That's the only thing. Let's do this menu. I have menu H3. Let's just do menu. Padding top. Probably need like, not 40, but 20. 30. 35. And then padding bottom. Let's just do 38 EM. Okay. So we're gonna leave that. And okay. Got our about us in the middle. I love that. Got our menu right here. I want this menu to be in the middle. I'm not gonna lie. So remember, this was display block, text align, center. Okay, so we have our padding, we have our inline flex. I need to do some more padding. All right, yeah, that's our time.